Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. This is Auto Detour, and today is going to be a fun day because we're going to start taking these ceramic coated parts that we just got back from the ceramic coater, and it's time to finally start reassembling the hot side piping on Turbo Grandpa truck. If you're new to the channel, I have a 2003 F150 XLT with the 5.4 liter V8. Currently working on doing a 76 millimeter single turbo install on the truck. And in the last video, we just finished picking up all the turbo piping in the S8 here. Just got back from the ceramic coater. So there's all the turbo piping there, including the hot side of the turbo. We got the driver's side header there. Got the modified crossover pipe. We got the down pipe. We got the wastegate pipe there. And right now I'm currently working on getting new exhaust manifold studs put in because, sorry, I already got the gasket up here. So a pretty common problem on these is to have the exhaust manifold studs break off, and that was the case on mine. These two back here had broken off, and because they're old and seen a lot of stress over the years, I decided to get all new mounting bolts for the headers on the truck. So you see you got a couple extra in there. It comes with the nuts as well. So those all look shiny and new. Those ones are in place, and we're ready to get the gasket on there, get the header bolted up. So I hope you guys stick around for the entire video because it's time to start getting this thing put together. It's already nice weather. I'm getting antsy to get this thing on the road. So hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Let's get to it. Alright, so I finally did it. It is actually the next day and a couple hours later, to be honest with you. But this is turning out to be the most difficult part of the project so far. Getting to these nuts behind all the headers, especially the top ones, is proving to be very difficult. And with a combination of multiple extensions, end wrenches, 1/4 inch drives, 3/8 drives, deep sockets, and standard length sockets, I was able to work out a combination of wrenches to where I finally got every single one of the nuts tightened on this header. So now we can move forward with getting the turbo mounted, crossover pipe mounted. So it is possible to do with regular end wrenches and extensions and other combinations, but you know, this is a situation where some specialty tools would have really come in handy. But I think it's really important that you guys know that, you know, it is possible to do this with just regular tools. I don't have any specialty mechanics tools or anything. So I think at this point I'm gonna head inside because it feels like my fingers are bruised to the bone, just reefing on those, especially these end wrenches, trying to get enough torque on those things to tighten up all those nuts. And what's nice about using the stock studs with nuts is the nuts are actually jam nuts. So whereas if I had gone and found aftermarket bolts to put in there, they wouldn't have stayed in place. You know, I had to figure out how to use like washers and lock washers or whatever. But these, they're actually, I'll show you one here. You can see they're actually jam nuts. So basically, if you don't know what a jam nut is, the threads are actually jammed on the very top so that when you tighten them on, they're nice and snug on the threads and they don't work their way off through vibration or loosen up over time. So of course, after we run this thing, we're gonna go check the tightness of all those, maybe depending on how much access I have, especially back here when this down pipe is in the way. So let's head inside. I'm gonna get cleaned up a little bit, and then I want to show you guys getting the hot side put back on the turbo. All right, so we're in the house here now, and we're gonna work on getting the hot side, which I just had ceramic coated, mounted back up to the cold side of the turbo here. And it's pretty cool to see the inner workings here. So obviously this is the, I guess you'd call it a turbine that the exhaust is gonna spin, which then this shaft runs through to the other side and spins the compressor on the cold side of the turbo. So what we're gonna do here is we're simply gonna get the turbo here, or get the hot side set here. And what I'm gonna pay attention to here is we want the feed line to be facing straight up. So we're gonna drop this on just like this. Being careful, obviously, not to hit the blades. All right, so we got it dropped in there just like that. And you can see here's the compressor side of the housing. Obviously looks really cool, but we're gonna leave the cover on just so we don't accidentally drop anything down in there. That'd be really bad. So over here I have the retaining collars, and those are held in place by these 6 bolts over here. And I'm gonna try to adjust the camera angle so you can see that. So once we drop the turbo housing down in there, these retaining collars we're gonna take here, and they go one on either side just like this. And then once we put these bolts in here, those retaining collars are what keep these 2 halves together here. And obviously if you loosen up the bolts, you can then rotate the housing so that you can make sure that you have the oil supply line here sticking straight up, because we want it to be fed in and then gravity feed out the drain in the bottom. Obviously I still have a red cover on there, that'll come off and the line will get drained back down into the oil pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these bolts bolted up here, then I'll show you guys how it looks when it's all put back together. And I'm not gonna tighten them all the way up because I may wanna fine tune the angle of this supply line once it's mounted up in the truck. There you have it. I got the hot side mounted back up here. Just snugged those up. I got it to where I think it's gonna end up as far as having this oil feed line exactly vertical once it's mounted up. So you can see I'll hold it kind of level there. So that's pretty close to straight up and down. The ceramic coated turbo housing looks amazing. You can see I don't have any clearance issues after ceramic coating the whole housing. As I mentioned in past videos, we're gonna have to clock this side of the turbo down so that it can go down to the intercooler. We'll do that by just doing the same thing we did on this side. We'll loosen up these bolts here that hold these retaining brackets. They're just pushing on this collar here. Once we loosen all those bolts, this side of the turbo should just easily rotate down. But I'm gonna wait to do that until I know exactly which angle I need to have it at once I have this mounted up to the up pipe. I thought you guys might find that interesting to see how you put the turbo back together. Really straightforward. It's just those 6 bolts and the retaining collars there. But yeah, look at that turbo. I am so excited to get this thing on the truck. Now that we're getting pieces put back on the truck, I'm really excited to get this thing fired up and running. This project obviously takes a while with all the parts and pieces and waiting for the ceramic coating and modifying things. But that's gonna do it for tonight's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it doesn't seem like we got a lot done, but that is a huge step, getting all those bolts tightened on the header, getting the turbo ready to go. Now we should go pretty quick with the band clamps, getting all the rest of the piping put back together. So stay tuned for next time. Should be getting that crossover pipe put on, the rest of the up pipe put on, and maybe even get the down pipe put on. I hope you guys are enjoying this video series and following along as we get Grandpa Truck closer to being turbocharged. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.